Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. So before starting, do let me know if I'm audible and visible so that we can move ahead. Hi Nirmal, how are you? Yeah. So today we are revising all the important government schemes that are there for phase 2, right? So let me just do some setting first and then we'll move ahead. So do let me know if everything is audible, visible, and we can start with the session that is on our government schemes. So I guess everything is fine now. So let's start with it. Okay. So this session that is for phase 2, and see, one thing that I really want to say that, see, we have already covered the static portion of all these government scheme that we will revise today also beforehand only, right? In when we were covering phase 1. So our strategy would be what? We will focus more on the current updates that have taken place in these schemes, right? Rather than focusing on the static part. If you want to have the revision of static part also, I would suggest you to go through the marathon session that we had for phase 1. All right, that time we had 2 sessions, right? So that is what we are going to cover today. And before starting today's session, to our new audience, I would request you to join our YouTube channel, and you can also join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of this lecture. So let's understand how our approach would be to cover this chapter, this particular session today, right? So see what happens in government scheme which are asked in your examination, that is of RBI grade B we are talking about. So here paragraph based questions are asked. Okay, so what happens? You are given a paragraph. It's a kind of moderate paragraph in terms of length. So you have to read that and then you have to answer 3 questions that are asked from it. Okay, so today what I have decided to do, we are going to cover more and more questions, and we have started. We are going to cover paragraph. So today our approach will be, there can be 1 question also, 2 question also, 3 question also, that is from this paragraph, because the aim of today is to cover maximum topics. All right, so this is one thing. Secondly, in examination, generally what the type of paragraphs are, some indirect way of telling you about the scheme. Maybe the objective of that scheme is given, right? When in which year it was launched, it is given, and everything like that, right? But today what we are going to do, yes, we are going to cover that one approach which RBI usually follows, right? Second approach, what we are going to do, the information, what is scheme, that would be given in paragraph only. But what is the catch here? You have to read that paragraph afterwards, right? Why you should not skip that? Because what is the current happening that is related to that particular scheme, that is covered in that paragraph. So this will cover your portion for the current section of that scheme also. Okay, so this is the basic idea, and now let's move ahead and start with the today's session. So here we have first paragraph in front of you, and in between I'll also tell you the tricks that how you should cover these type of questions where paragraph is given, right? So that your time it is less consumed. So let's start with the you should reply first so that we can look at and we could move ahead. Okay, so this is the basic paragraph that we have understood, that recently government, that Committee on Government Economic Affairs, they have decided for what? To supply fortified rice. So this is what the basic idea is about. This was the news. Now let's come to question number 1, and it asks the entire cost of this rice fortification would be what per annum. Okay, and till its full implementation till up to June 2024. See, our aim that is to cover maximum within minimum questions, right? So most of the information you have already got from the paragraph itself, and the rest you can find in the question itself. So Nilesh is the first one saying option number B, and see, the correct answer to this is option number D. See, that is 2,700 crore, and which Nirmal said the correct answer. See, what is the catch here? This entire cost of rice fortification, first we have to understand what is rice fortification. What is this term fortification means? See, fortification, it means when you add some nutrient value, okay, nutrient value into the edible item. Okay, so here in rice, because through this public distribution system we provide rice at much cheaper cost to the people who cannot afford it, right, to the BPL family especially. So what happens in this, we are adding more nutrient to that particular rice only, because that is the staple food here in India. So to tackle up with the nutrient deficiency that Indians have, so that the children, they can have proper growth, they do not have stunting growth because of the lack of minerals and nutrients that are required at the early stage. Therefore this fortification has been done. Okay, and around 2700 crore per annum that will be distributed, will be invested in this particular initiative up to June 2024. Okay, and this will be covered in 3 phases. So these are phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3 of it. In which phase 1 by March 2022, what will happen through ICDS. What is ICDS? This is Integrated Child Development Scheme that we have, and PM Poshan, which is our Poshan Shakti Nirman scheme, that is there. What happened with the help of that, the fortification will be done. Then in second phase, that would be 2023, and then by 24 we'll have the third phase. Okay, so this is all about this particular initiative. Next, you have in screen, as I told you, here you have directly, you have naam in front of you of the scheme, right? So do not read the rest of it. Okay, just go for, okay, PM Kisan we are talking about, now directly jump to the question, and that is what we are going to hear today, because we are learning how to tackle the questions in real examination, right? So let's come to question number 2. It says, which of the following is our key features of the discussed scheme? Okay, so we have to focus on the key features. So here are the 3 options, and among that you have to choose that which of the following is the correct answer. Is it a center sector scheme? And second is, entire responsibility is with farmers family, of identifying farmers family, it is central, is dependent on the center. And third one is that 6,000 per year will be given. So we are getting the answer. Jyoti saying C, Nirmal is saying C. And yes, option number C, that is the correct key feature of this scheme. Why not B? Because here center is not responsible. The entire responsibility will be on state as well as UTs. Okay, that is why this is the wrong answer. Okay, so option C, yes, that is what our answer was. And this is the all the static portion that you need to remember. Okay, so this is what about this particular scheme is. And the static portion, as I told you, you can cover it from the phase 1 revision that we did. And see here one more thing, you should be aware of the launch year. Okay, so this was launched in 2018. Next is another paragraph in front of you. So just go forward. Okay, we are talking about National Health Authority, we are talking about Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. That's it, do not read it. Yes, I would suggest you to read it after you get the PDF of this session, because that would help you for your descriptive portion as well as to get have more knowledge of the scheme. But currently, how to approach the question, just look at the word, okay, Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, it's about that. And now let's look at it. Okay, so next is, which of the following statement is are correct with respect to the above scheme? We are talking about Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, and here you have the 3 options, and in that you have to tell the right answer to it. Okay, so in the following option, the correct answer to this is option number B, that is B and C. Why A is not correct? Because that is in 2021. Now you may get confused that on pilot basis that was launched in 2020 only. Yes, on pilot basis in some of the states and UTs the scheme was launched, but nationwide that was launched in 2021, and that is why only option B and C are the correct and not option A. Okay, I hope you understand the difference. Okay, so yeah, this is about that only, Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. And what is the aim of this particular program? That is to digitalize all and connect all the health related facilities with each other, right, through virtual medium. Next, we have, which of the following are the components of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission? See, in examination, you also get like that. You have one paragraph, then you have 2 to 3 questions. So you are not going to get so all the paragraphs every time, right? So there is the option. So everybody is saying all of the above. Yes, Jyoti, Nirmal, Nilesh, all are saying all of the above. And yes, the correct answer, it is all of the above. Okay. Now, what are these? This is Ayushman Bharat health account. So one health account will be made in which whatever diagnosis, whatever test that you have done, that every detail will be mentioned in that. Next is healthcare professional registry. So all the professionals who are associated with healthcare, doctors, I mean, okay, Okay, so they would be registered. They would do registration in this so that you would get to know the authenticity of that particular doctor that you are referring to. Next is healthcare facility registry. So same thing, but this is we are talking about the hospitals, okay, which provide certain facilities. And then we have healthcare information exchange and consent manager. What does it mean? That virtually because of this factor we are talking about information exchange and consent manager, you can transfer all the information of a particular patient from one doctor to another. Virtual medium, of course, under Ayushman Bharat digital mission, but this is one of the factor. Okay, so these are the components that we have already discussed. Next is Ministry of MSME. Okay, so now let's go for the first thing that I could see is that this abbreviation, that was your Prime Minister Employment Generation Program. Okay, so end of discussion. We need not to read rest of the paragraph. Just go for the keywords and how to tackle them. Okay, so we are talking about Prime Minister Employment Generation Program. So now let's directly jump to the question. So the question, it says that recently what happened in May 2022, Union government have approved continuation of this particular scheme till 25-26. But there is also some money that would be given for the continuation of this scheme, right? So you have to tell that what is the amount that has been given. Shivam, Nilesh and Nirmal are saying option number C. And yes, the correct answer to this is option number C only. Okay. So here is government has approved continuation of scheme till, and we have now know the what is the outlay for these 5 years. Okay. Next is, which of the following statement are correct with respect to your employment generation program? So here are the options that you have to tell that are in front of you, and you have to tell which of the followings are the correct. No, Anupam, you should not read the whole paragraph. There's no use of it because none of the question would be asked from those paragraph. I'll show you some examples also where is no mention of the scheme is given. In some such cases where the mention of the scheme is given, you have to directly just jump to the question, right? And in other cases, I'll let you know how to tackle such questions. So Nilesh is saying option number B, that is ABD. Yes, he's saying correct. See, the correct answer to this is option number B, ABD. Why? Because here we are saying about unit that have minimum 5 years old can avail the assistance. No, where we are talking about the greenfield situation. Okay, so the assistance that will be provided in such cases where there is only available to new units. You understand that there are no such criteria of minimum 5 years old. These are applicable for the new units. Okay. And rest of that it is a center sector scheme. Okay, and there is subsidy that will be given. So in general, for general category, that is 25% for project of the project cost in rural areas and 15% in urban areas. But for the special categories, okay, so here you have all the examples of special categories of subsidy is 35% in rural and 25% in urban areas. Okay, so I hope that's fine. Next is, now here also directly Jan Aushadhi scheme. Okay, so you now know the scheme. What else you can learn from this paragraph? That its name was changed in 2015 as Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana. Okay, so this is what this scheme is about. Why was it launched? To bring down the healthcare budget of every citizen by providing quality generic medicines at affordable prices. So here what the aim is, that a person, how can he take care of his health when he does not even he cannot even afford the medicines, right? So because of this scheme, the person in India, now he can do so because in under this particular initiative, quality generic medicines, they are provided at affordable prices. Okay, now let's jump to the question. It's asked, recently government has set up a target to increase the number of Jan Aushadhi Kendra by, so we are increasing the center. Kendra means center, so such centers which will provide these affordable medicines, quality affordable medicines, right? So there is one extension that from 8610 to 10,000 such kendras will be set up, but till when? So Shivam, Nilesh, Nirmal are saying option number C. See, the correct answer to this is yes, option number C, that is by March 2024. And this is all the information that you need to know regarding this particular scheme. You can read it afterwards from the PDF that will be provided in Telegram channel. All right, for now we're just focusing on the revision. Next is, how many medicines are included under this particular scheme? See the correct answer to this question, that is your option number D, that is 1616. So this will be the these many medicines have been included in the particular Jan Aushadhi Yojana that we studied, and 250 surgical devices. Next, we are talking about, so if I look at it, I'm getting all the abbreviation. I'm looking at National Health Authority. I'm looking at PMJ. Okay, so now that is done. Now I know this scheme is about Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Okay, so you just have to look for the keywords. You do not have to read everything in the examination, right? So now we know we are talking about Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. So now directly come to the question. So it asks that the healthcare of very easy question, that how much healthcare is provided, what is the healthcare cover that is there for per family under PMJ. So that is very easy question. Snehal is saying option number E, Nirmal is saying option number E, yes, Jyoti is saying option number E, and yes, the correct answer to this is option number E, and that is only for, not for everyone. Here we are focusing on the people who are who belongs to this socio-economic caste census 2021. Okay, so these will be given this cover. Okay, next question, what does it ask? Which of the following categories are excluded? Okay, so we know that this social caste census will be taken care of, but now again there is some categorization in that also, because the privileged one should not get this benefit. They should belong to the people who in actual cannot afford healthcare facility here in India, right? So here now you have to tell that which of the following is wrong over here, and Nilesh has already said the correct answer. See, the correct answer to this is option number your C, that only A and C are correct. Okay, why option number B is incorrect? Because that is not 25,000, that is 50,000 limit. Because if the credit limit of some farmer is this farmer or allied activities who is related to that is 50,000, means they can afford healthcare, right? So that is why that is the wrong answer, and here is the statement that provides. So apart, whatever you want to study about the criteria which belong to them, everything it is present in this particular slide, and you can look at them later on. Okay, but in between, if you feel like I should explain that scheme, you can you can let me know. Next, we are talking about now this one. In this one, we do not have any name that is given. So keywords, go for 2015. See, in this all alphabets, numerical are the one you can easily identify. We are talking about, so this scheme was launched in 2015. Okay, age group, what is the age group? 18-15. Okay, next, what we can do, 2 lakh coverage, risk coverage. Okay, but still you're getting confused that what can it be? We're talking about insurance penetration. Okay, so for insurance we have two major schemes. One of them, so what is the ideal difference between the two? About the age group criteria, right? So here we're talking about 18-15, so the people should immediately know that it is yes, which everyone is saying, that is Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, right? So that is the right answer, but it is not your question, right? But I'm glad that you identified the scheme. So now it talks about which of the following statement is incorrect with respect to the above scheme. So you have to tell which is the incorrect statement over here. So I am waiting for the answers. No, people are saying wrong answer. I'm waiting for the right one. Shivam is the first one who said the correct answer. Okay, yes, Shivam is the one who said the correct answer. Yes, that is your option number D. That is wrong. Why? Because see, nodal ministry is yes, Ministry of Finance. We are talking about Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, right? Subject to annual renewal, yes, and age of 55, yes. The entering age, it is between 18 to 50, but you can extend. If you have entered till 50, you can extend this particular benefits under this particular scheme till 55. Means then you can continue till 55 years. So that is correct. Rate of premium has recently been revised from, initially it was 330, right? Rupees 330 per annum, but now it has been revised for the first time, and now it is rupees 436. Now it is implemented by LIC. We're talking about implementation. It is implemented by LIC. What we studied before when we were covering these sessions in government schemes, we studied, and in fact in marathon session also, when we were talking about insurance coverage in both the cases, NPS and this one, we talked about LIC. And when and then when we talked about the pension schemes, in those cases we studied about PFRDA, right? So we have to understand the difference. And sorry, NPS, that is the pension scheme, so that is also for PFRDA. But in this Suraksha Bima and Jeevan Jyoti, in both the insurance we looked at the LIC, right? So that is what that is why this answer is wrong. And yes, risk coverage is applicable only by 45 days, that we have already studied in our regular government classes. So this is about the recent news that was there, that on 1st June 2022, first time this revision has been done and the rates have been changed. Next is, which of the following statement are correct with respect to Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana? So we have covered Jeevan Jyoti. Now we are focusing on Suraksha. Okay, so here we are focusing on what we are saying, that which of the following is correct. So here I am getting the answers, and yes, everybody is saying correct. The correct answer to this is option number A, that is A and B. Why? See, because this has been increased from 12 to rupees 20 per annum and not 18. So I hope you understand the difference, and we are good to go. We are good to go to the next question. And I'm getting the answer. Jyoti, Aditi, Sameer, all are participating, all are giving the right answers. And this is the information, current information, that you can look at it. And I want to repeat that all the static portion have already been covered in the marathon series for when we did for phase 1, right? So that is why today it is solely on the current affair and pure revision we are doing today, right? For this knowledge of the static portion, you can revise, you can go through the marathon session that we have taken for phase 1. I had taken 2 sessions on that, right? Now let's come to next question. It asks about which of the following statement is incorrect with respect to PM Cares for Children scheme. Okay, and most of the scheme that we are covering, we have already covered in our regular government schemes in the playlist that we have. So if you have confusion of any particular scheme, what you can do, you can just check it out right there. So I'm getting answers. So I'm getting mixed answers. Okay, see, the correct answer to this is option number C. Okay, why? See, yes, this scheme was launched in 2021. And then what happened? Children enrolled under the scheme. Yes, under PMJ, that is right. And then what happened? Premium amount for these children till 21 years. No, Fendra, what happened? It was extended. Okay, but it was launched in 2021 only, but then after that it was extended. Okay, and this is still yes, most of you are giving the right answer, that is still 18 years, the premium amount that we will get, right? So everybody, most of you are saying correct answer, and that is really plausible. And no, Aditi, the age 23 is when you get the money that is being saved in your account, that is the at 23. But we are talking about premium amount of under this PMJ that you will get. Okay, so that will be paid by. See, look at the term paid by. That is what makes the difference, and that is why it is 18 years and not 23 years. I hope the difference is also clear. And this is what you need to know about the scheme. It will be under PMJ. At 23, you'll get the money, right? Fendra, I've already taken, recently I've taken a session of on PM Cares. If you are confused, you can just go through the government scheme playlist. It is, I guess it's the second from above that you can find, and your all doubts will be cleared, I can assure you. Next, we are talking about, see, you need not to study scheme for residential education of student in high school, Shrestha. This is the latest that I have covered scheme. That is all you need to know. Okay. Next, we are looking at the question. So it's, what is the eligibility criteria to benefit under the scheme? So there is some eligibility. Not everyone can be a part of it. So you have to tell which of the following is the right answer. And all are saying option number D. And yes, option number D is the correct answer. Means all these all the eligibility criteria to be part of this scheme. So student must belong to SC category, and also there is a cap on the family income also, which is 2.5 lakh per annum, and preference will be given to students who will have physical disability. Okay, and this is 8th and 10th students, people who are in 8th and 10th students, they can be part of the scheme. So there will be a test that will be conducted, transparent test, online test, and based on that, you the students, they will get high quality CBSE schools, residential schools. Okay, so that is about the scheme detail. You can watch the video. Next, we are coming about, see, now in this question, not directly the question is given. I look at the word LPG. End of discussion. This question is about Ujjwala. You do not have to think something about it. Look at LPG and you know the answer. Rest you can read for your own knowledge and your convenience, but I know the answer. What is this scheme all about, right? And so does Jyoti and Nilesh and Fendra knows. So which scheme has been talked about in a paragraph? End of discussion. It is option number D. Okay, that is your Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. Okay, I hope that is clear. And yes, Selva also said the correct answer. Then we have Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, clear cut. Which of the following are incorrect with respect to the above scheme? So above, here we are talking about Ujjwala only, right? Because this is a paragraph based question. And here what we are saying, I'm waiting for the right answer. Which of the following is incorrect about it? Okay. So here we see. The correct answer to this is option number E, B and C. Both B and C are incorrect. Okay, only first statement is correct, which is Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, because the target was from 5 crore to 8 crore and not what is written in the question. And financial support of this will not be provided. Okay, so there are two categories according to the weight of cylinder that the person will buy. Okay, so there are two categories in that. One is 16,600 you will get. Okay, and in another one you will get 1,150 rupees. Okay, what is this Ujjwala Yojana all about? So that, because see, the women, especially in rural areas, they used to cook by burning these woods and things, right? And they used to carry the baby along with them, so the smoke that is generated from that was not good for the health of the child as well as the mother, right? So this particular scheme was introduced for the same purpose, so that these LPG cylinders it can be provided to all the rural households specially. Okay, so that is why this is the correct answer. Next is, how many LPG connections have been provided under the scheme so far? So people who are watching this for the first time may think that it can be a trivial question because this is something that keeps on changing, but these type of questions are asked in examination, and you should be thorough with the recent development that has been taken place in that particular scheme. Okay, so this is not a trivial question. Questions of similar lines have been asked in examination before, and they are going to be continued in the future also, so you should be ready with it. Okay, so for how many for now, how many have been provided? So see, the correct answer is option number B, that is 9 crore. Okay, and here Selva was the first one who said the right answer, 9 crore. Yeah, so this is what the recent development is. Till May 2022, more than 9 crore have been provided under Ujjwala Yojana. Next, now we're talking about, see, again, just go for keywords. So first one is central sponsored. Okay, one this I get to know. Then there is some bracket over here. Okay, so my attention, it went to there. And before that, Bal Vatika is written. So if somebody has been thorough with the government schemes, they know which scheme is all about. But still, okay, if you still take some time, then next paragraph, next bracket that comes in front of my eyes is earlier known as midday meal scheme. Now everything is clear. You know what this scheme is all about. And as yes, all of you are saying it correct, that is, we are talking about Poshan Shakti Nirman. Okay, so which of the following statement is incorrect with respect to above scheme? We are talking about PM Poshan. We are talking about PM Poshan Shakti Nirman, which was earlier known as midday meal, but in this 21-22 session, it was, the name was changed, and currently it is still 25-26. But yes, we all know this will be extended further, right? The correct answer I'm waiting for, we're talking about incorrect. And yes, the correct answer to this is option number A, because this is not a center sector scheme, it is a center sponsored scheme where the center and state, it bear the funding in a certain proportions. Okay, so that depends on which state that we are implementing the particular program, right? So, but this is the overview of this. And this is what you need to know, because it is a centrally sponsored, implemented by Ministry of Education. Now we're talking about Poshan. You may get confused, maybe related to women and child development. No, that is Poshan Abhiyan. That is something different. And here it is PM Poshan we are talking about. And currently it is for 21-22 financial year till 25-26. Next is, what is the total financial outlay under the above scheme? See, there are two categories. One is total financial outlay, that is for these 5 period or the tenure for that particular scheme has been launched, and another one is about the particular year, that is for financial 22-23, right? So we are talking about total for 5 years, we're talking about overall, we are talking about. And see, the correct answer to this is, as Shivam and Nilesh are saying, option number D. Very good. Okay, so that is our the total outlay. Here you can look at what is the center's contribution, state government contribution, although this would not be asked in examination, but yes, this is important. And center government will also be an additional cost of, this is in addition to this budget. Okay, 45,000 crore will be invested on food grains by central government. Okay, so this is also one update in this. Next, we are talking about, okay, we are talking about short span, World Zero subsidy domestic lightning program. Okay, so my mind, it is somehow, it knows, but it can get confused between 2 to 3 schemes, right? I think those who are fully prepared, they know what I'm talking about. But then I move ahead and look at this one abbreviation, LED. Now I know the answer. Okay, so the correct answer, as Shivam says, it is Ujala. Yes. Okay, so that is Ujala Yojana we are talking about. So now the question is that this Ujala, it is being implemented by which institution, that you have to tell. So I am waiting for the answers, and Shivam, Nirmal says, and most of you are saying correct. Yes, option number D, that is Energy Efficiency Services Limited. That is the correct answer to this. Okay. Next, we're moving ahead. The above mentioned scheme was launched in which year? So if you are not aware of this Ujala scheme, so that is for what? That is to provide LED to all the household, be it rural, urban, because LED, it is more energy sustainable, right? So in urban areas, that 300-400 bulbs, LED bulbs, are given at subsidized rate of 70-80, and in rural area it is as low as rupees 10. So that is what the Ujala Gramin is all about, right? So the correct answer to this is, you people are saying it correct, the option number C, 2015 the scheme was launched. Okay, and if you're not aware of the full form, so that is your Unnat Jyoti for affordable LEDs for all. Okay, so do not get confused between 16 and 15. See, the scheme was launched in 2015, but later on in 16 its name was changed from a national LED program to Unnat Jyoti by affordable LEDs for all. Okay, next we are talking about Prashad. End of discussion. No need to study this whole paragraph and no need to waste your time. Okay, Prashad, I know the question will be asked on Prashad. Next is question number 22, talking about which of the following statement is correct with respect to the above. So you have to tell, you have to read, and you have to tell that which of the following is correct answer to this particular question. And I'm already getting the answers, and yes, it is right. The correct answer is option number D, that is A, B, C. All are correct with the above, with the respective scheme. Okay, it was launched in 2014-15 financial year, 100% centrally funded. Okay, so what does it mean? It means it is sector scheme. Centrally funded for the project component undertaken for public. So we are talking about project component over here, right? So keep this in mind. And then public-private partnership and corporate social responsibility is also included in this particular section. And this is what you need to know about the scheme. Everything that is a current happening, some of the static, you can read it afterwards from the PDF. And one more thing, to the new audience I'm talking about, that PDF, they are given at 24 hours time span. Okay, so do not get worried if you do not get just immediately. Next, we have Sampada. Okay, so as soon as I shifted, the first thing I could see is Sampada. End of discussion. Now I know what is the question is all about. Rest, all the static information, it is provided in this, so you better study, not read in the actual examination, but study while you are preparing for it. Full form of it is Scheme for Agro-Marine Processing and Development of Agro-Processing Clusters, and everything you need to know, it is present in this paragraph. Now, but you have to tell that which of the following ministries implement this particular scheme. Okay, Nilesh saying option number C, Shivam is saying option number C, and yes, the correct answer is option number C. You should not get confused for agriculture and farmers welfare. The correct answer, it is food processing industry only. Next, okay, so this is about Kisan Sampada is being implemented by this. Okay, now we know. We are on asking another question about Kisan Sampada Yojana, and you have to tell which of the following it is the correct regarding the same. Okay, So you have to tell the right answer. Here are the following options and see the correct answer to this is Shivam is the first one, but wrong to say about it. Waiting for the someone. Okay, I'm not getting the right answer. See, the right answer to this is option number B, A and C. Why? Because extension is not till 23, 24. It is till 25, 26. Right. So that is why it becomes the wrong answer. And only option A and C are right to it. So here it is all about, it is a center sector scheme extended for a period of 21-22 to 25-26. We know the outlay now, and this range that how much grant in aid will be there, that would depend on the eligibility of the project. All right. Next, another paragraph in front of you. Okay, so umbrella scheme. Okay, I know. Transgender community. I even do not have to read it after this. If you're still getting confused, okay, you can go for 2 sub schemes. Okay, and we're talking about transgender also. We're talking about act of begging also, recently launched scheme. You should be aware of it, right? So I think let's move to the question directly. Okay. So here people saying seed and smile both. No, it's smile only. Yeah, it's smile. Okay. Snehal Santosh have said the right answer. Okay. So you have to tell that which of the following it is right with the in respect to above scheme. Sorry, not correct. It's incorrect. Okay. Pardon me. It's incorrect. And you have to tell which of the following it is the right answer to this question, but is incorrect regarding the scheme. Right. So see, I'm getting mixed answer, waiting for the right one. So see, the correct answer to this is option number E, none of the above, because this scheme is recently launched in February only, right? We have taken a session on this as well. So February 2022 falls under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Yes, it will target for the transgender students. It will provide scholarship to them from 9 till post graduation, and yes, it will improve their skill under PM Daksh scheme, right? So that is why all are the right answers. That is why E, none of the above, it is the true answer to this question. Okay, and the rest you can see from the this particular slide only, right? You can read it afterwards. Next, we are talking about Pradhan Mantri Abbas Yojana. Do we need to study read afterwards? No. In examination, no. In preparation, yes, right? So this next question of ours will be on Pradhan Mantri Abbas Yojana. Okay, and we'll look at the question directly now. So it asks which of the following statement is incorrect with respect to this particular scheme. Okay, so there are the you have 5 options and you have to tell that which of the following is incorrect. Okay, so these are the type of question. Usually what is the eligibility, which are the correct features, incorrect features. This is what the usual pattern of RBI grade B is. Okay, and that is why such questions have been added. And now I'm seeing the answer. People are saying option number C, and yes, the correct answer is option number C, because see, if they already have a pakka house, why would they be included under this scheme, right? We're talking about Abbas, we are talking about housing over here, right? So that is why it is the incorrect statement, because it talks about the pakka house. And Jyoti, Aditi, Samir, Shashi, Swati all are saying correct answer. Selva, Swati, yes, the correct answer is option number C. Launched in the year 2015, and target beneficiaries are economically weaker sections, low income groups, middle income groups. Okay, and annual income cap would be of what? For EWS, it is 3 lakh. For low income group, 3 to 6 lakh. And for middle income group, 6 to 18 lakh. This is all about the scheme. Total investment, you can read it afterwards. That is 7.7 crore lakh. Central assistance is 1.96 lakh crore, right? Everything you need to know, it is mentioned in this particular slide. Okay. And here, in fact, the recent development that we have, that how many houses have been grounded and delivered, that is also mentioned, can be asked in your examination. Next, we are talking about which of the following is our components of Abbas Urban. Okay, so we are talking about Abbas Yojana, and here we are talking about option we are talking about urban. Okay, and yes, all of you are saying correct answer. Option number E is right. All of them above are the what are these? These are the components of this particular scheme. Okay, so what will happen under this? So in situ slum redevelopment, you can understand in that particular place only redevelopment will take place. Credit linked subsidy scheme means you will get subsidy for the credit that you will ask or the loan, right, that you will take, you will ask for the housing. And then affordable housing in partnership. Okay, so subsidize, in this scenario we're talking about subsidy, and in that case that is beneficiary led construction. Here we're talking about assistance. Okay, so there's difference between subsidy and assistance. And in affordable housing in partnership, partnership, we're talking about subsidy that will be given. Subsidy means you have given amount and then you'll get that back, right? While in beneficiary-led construction, the government, it will help you with the money. Next is Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, right? I guess 1-2 questions were asked in phase 1 as well in shift 2. And it's 2016 it is launched. Rest you can read, rest you know about the scheme if you're fully prepared by now. Now let's move to the question, and it asks about what is the cap of center's premium subsidy for irrigated areas or crops. Okay, so what will happen? Center and state, they will bear the cost. What makes it? It makes it what? You tell me, is it center sector or center sponsored? Okay, so cap will be there, upper cap, and here I'm getting the answer. So we're talking about irrigated areas over here. So yes, the correct answer is option number B, that is 25. Okay, in case of unirrigated, we have 30%. And yeah, so this is about the distribution for irrigated and unirrigated areas, and I hope there's no confusion in that. Next, let's look at which of the following statement and choose the correct answer. So you have to read and you have to tell which of the following it is the correct answer to this question. I am getting mixed answers for now. Let's wait and look at, we'll say the correct answer. So see, the correct answer to this question, it is option number A, that is only A and B. Okay, so A, yes, it has replaced National Agriculture Insurance Scheme, which was there before for the insurance of crops. Next is states have been allowed to set up their own insurance company. Yes, they have given this liberty. Why the third statement is wrong? Because for Kharif crop, that is 2%, right? And for Rabi, it is 1.5%. Kharif crops that are sown in rainy season, Rabi crops are sown in winter season. Okay, and yes, for commercial and horticulture, it is 5% only. And Aditi said the right answer to the question which I asked about, that is it center sponsored or sector. Okay, so here everything that you need to know about the scheme, how this you can you can avail the insurance, right? So in such cases, post harvest loss is there, pre harvest loss is there in case farmer could not sow the seeds due to some contingency that has occurred. So these are the uncertain situation, unforeseen situation we are talking about. And in fact, now about even the if the field it is attacked by animals also, in that case also we have some rules that have been made and could be covered under this particular scheme. Next, we're talking about, okay, in 11th installment of PM Kisan scheme. Okay, so I don't think you need to read anything rest out of it. Okay, so we are talking about PM Kisan. What is the amount of fund allocated for budget 22-23? So you have to tell the right answer. Shivam, Nilesh, they came up, they say yes, it is option number D, that is rupees 68,000 crore. Yes, that is the right answer indeed. And this is for this year budget allocation only we are talking about. Okay. Akshat came up with some of the crops that are sown in Kharif season, and yes, correctly said about it. Next, we are talking about another scheme. I did not know about this. I read the first line. Government of India has introduced a pension scheme for organized worker. Khatam, kaam yahi pe khatam. Now we know what is the answer to this. No, I don't know why you people are saying that we are talking about old age protection of unorganized worker. We are not talking about the thing that you are saying, that is you have to read it and then you have to answer. Okay, and I'll tell you what I am saying. Those who are saying for APY, see, APY focuses on unorganized sector, but it is not completely, right? That, so that is why it's not that. But yes, here we are getting Aditi and Silva who have identified the scheme well. See, the correct answer to this is option number C, that is A and C only, because the members of EPF and ESIC, they belong to organized sector, and this scheme, it is only for the unorganized one, right? Yes, Shivam, it is the Shram Yogi Mandhan only. Okay, we're talking about unorganized sector. We're talking about that they have a security once they reach the retirement age. APY, it focuses on unorganized sector, but it is for all, while here we're specifically talking about unorganized sector, and that is why this the statement B was wrong, because we're talking about members who are in ESIC EPF, right? So that is why it means that they belong, they are engaged in organized sector. Next is under the above scheme, monthly contribution varies from rupees per month to itna. So you have to tell that if you're 18 years, how much contribution has to be done, and if you're of 80 years, because that is a range, right? So according to the range, also the money contribution, it keeps on increasing, because when you are 18 years old, just 18-year-old, so you have much time to invest in it, right? But when you're 40, then it is lesser time left. Okay, so see, Nilesh, Nirmal saying the right answer, and Shivam is also saying the right answer. And then we have more people, Swati, Silva, saying the right answer. Sorry, yeah, that is option number E. We are talking about 55 when you are 18 and 200 when you are 40 years. Next is India is a young country. Okay, I just looked at Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana 2015. Okay, so that is how you tackle questions. Search for keywords. Okay, so if you had young India, okay, you still don't understand. You got for union, that is the things that you got. Entrepreneurship, you don't understand. Then you look at Mudra, now you know the answer, right? So you have the question 33 in front of you. Which of the following is our components of Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana? You have to tell the right answer to this. And see, the correct answer is option number A. Why? Because this is not 20 lakh. This is what? This is 10 lakh. All right. That is why you get 3 types of loans under it, right? Depending on how much you're taking. And that is why option number 3, that is incorrect. Next is, which of the following is incorrect with respect to PM Mudra Yojana? Here are the options and you have to tell the right one. So see, the correct answer to this particular question, it is option number C, that is non-banking financial companies are exempted from Mudra Yojana. No, they are also included in this. Okay, and this is the statement which says all bank, public sector, private sector, regional, rural, cooperative, foreign banks, non-banking finance companies, microfinance institutes, all can lend under this particular scheme. Next is Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Package Insurance Scheme. Do we need to read more? No, right? Next is question that we should be looking at. Which of the following statement is correct with respect to the above scheme? And you have 3 options, and you have the option here. See, whatever be the final decision of RBI, we all have to agree to it, right? And also, if there are some genuine reasons, internet and everything, and students, they would not be able to give examination, RBI would definitely look into the matter, right? For now, what you can do is just study, right? See, the correct answer to this is option number A and B only. Okay, so because the insurance cover under the scheme is not available for contract and outsourced staff, no, that is not correct. It is available for them also. Okay, what are outsourced staff? They are the third party that have been hired. Okay, and we're talking about Mudra. So yes, so all can take. And yes, there is one more thing, that no collateral loan they can take. They do not have to give some collateral to it. Next is, the insurance cover under the scheme is provided by which of the following insurance company? And here are the following options. So you have to tell that this Mudra, it will be implemented by something, right? Some agencies. So who will cover it? See, the correct answer, as Nirmal said, that is option number C, New India Assurance Company. Next is your another scheme. Okay, again, so we are talking about citizen of India, age group, now we know 18 to 40 years. Okay, next thing I need to know, under this scheme, subscriber would receive a guaranteed pension. For pension, there are 2 major schemes that are there, and the only difference is between the years. Okay, so I hope you get to know that which scheme we are talking about, right? So here we are talking about incorrect statement. Regarding this, you have the following options and you have to tell the right answer to this. See, the correct answer over here, it is option number A and B. This scheme is implemented by Employee State Insurance Corporation. No, usually we have studied NPS, we have studied APY. So in case of pension, what we studied, that is, it is taken care by PFRDA, right? So that is why option number C, it is the wrong answer. And in APY, it is PFRDA only. Next is, recently this scheme completed how many years in inception? So for this, you need to be aware of when this particular scheme is launched, right? So here I'm getting the answers, and yes, option number D, that is 7 years, that is the right answer to this. Next is Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana Sehat scheme was launched in which of the following states or UTs? Nilesh says and Fendra says Jammu and Kashmir, and yes, option number Jammu and Kashmir is the right answer. And here also we are talking about providing insurance cover to the residents of UT and JK, and financial assistance of 5 lakh per family will be provided to it. Next is about Swachh Bharat Mission Urban to Urban. We are talking about, right? So in recently it has been extended and 2.0 has been launched, right? So now we will be dealing questions with that. So here the question asks, which of the following Swachh Bharat Mission Urban was launched with vision of creating garbage-free city by the year of what? Okay, Shivam comes up and said the correct answer 2026. That is what the government aims for now. Okay, so it aims. The vision is creating garbage-free cities by 2026. Next is about the following statement is incorrect with respect to this particular scheme. So we have, is it centrally sponsored scheme or it is run by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs? Then we have so I'm getting missed answer for this question. Okay, see the correct answer is option number E. The financial outlay has been it is not 1,20,000, but it is here you can look at 1,41,600 crores. Okay, so that is what the difference it is all about. Run by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs and centrally sponsored scheme. Next, now look at, okay, the first thing that I looked at was this bracket, and it talks about PM Swanidhi. So next scheme is about Pradhan Mantri Street Vendor Atmanirbhar Nidhi Initiative. And it asks, you have to tell the correct statement with regarding to this. So is it centrally sponsored? NABARD is the implementing agency of this scheme, and Aadhaar card is mandatory to enroll this scheme. Okay, you have to tell the correct answer. Waiting for the right answer. So Nilesh said is the first one, so they say the right answer. Yes, option number E, only C, because it is a center sector scheme and not a NABARD, but SEBI, okay, will be the implementing agency of this scheme. So here we're looking at 100% financial by the central government, okay, makes it center sector scheme, and then Aadhaar and voter ID card, that is mandatory. Next is on timely and early repayment of loan, how much interest subsidy per annum will be credited through DBT, direct benefit transfer. Okay, so yes, Nirmal comes up with the right answer, 7%. It is there, right? Yeah, so this was again, this particular paragraph has been added. The question, but you have to study is with respect to the above scheme, which of the following statement is incorrect. Okay, so you have to tell the, you have to read. I'll give you 2 minutes, read it and tell me the incorrect statement. Okay. Nilesh, Snehal, Fendra seems to have good command over the schemes. Nirmal saying have said the correct answer instantly. Yes, option number D is the right answer. Non-banking financial companies are not included under. I don't know why we keep on excluding them. Yes, NBFCs, they play a major role. They are included under this scheme. And see, rest of the things that are components of the scheme, you can easily just read rest of the statements and you get to know about them, right? And apart from that, you will also have additional information in the slide that is provided into the PDF that you'll get from our Telegram channel. Okay. Next, okay, now this is quite big scheme, but what we can do, we just look for the keywords. Okay, Independence Day, launched on Independence Day 2019. Okay, then what next word I looked at, it talks about tap water supply. Okay, adequate quantity, and then we were rural household. Now I know there can be two answers that could be coming in your mind, but as soon as we study about the rural household, you should know that it is yes, Jal Jeevan Mission, as you all are saying. So which scheme is being described in this? So in this, it is option number B, Jal Jeevan Mission. Had it been about urban, then it should have been Amrut, right? Because we're talking about urban transformation over here. So that is what Jal Jeevan Mission we are talking about. Now we are talking about, okay, Jal Jeevan Mission, and it has envisaged to provide individual household tap connection by 2024, okay, in rural India. And this was said by our Prime Minister in his speech of Independence Day of 2019. Next is, which of the following statement is correct with respect to above mentioned scheme? So we are talking about Jal Jeevan Mission over here. So you have to tell which of the following statement is correct to it. Nilesh saying option number C. So is there anyone who is contradicting it? So here, see the correct answer over here. It is option number C, A and C. Okay, why? Because see here, the statement it says rural SC/ST household. No categorization is there for SC/ST or some specific group will be targeted. We are talking about all the rural household. That is why option number B, it is incorrect. Okay, and we have total estimated cost. It is 3.60 crore. That is estimated, right? And yes, it is for all the rural people, and that is why option B got incorrect. And here we're talking about what? Minimum service of 55 liter per person per day. Next is, which of the following is not a component under the described? Okay, so here you have to read the statement and you have to tell which of the following is incorrect. Okay. And see, some of it I've already told you. So if you were just paying attention and you're just aware of this, you could have, you know the answer of this because just now I have told you. So Snehal, Nilesh, yes, A is the right answer because I just told you about this. It is not 45, but it is 55, right? And that is why, as Nirmal is also saying, and Swati Prakash is also saying, that is option number A. It is the incorrect answer because it is 55. Then now recently, Dash district from Himachal Pradesh has become the 100th district to have tap water connection. So Snehal saying Chamba, Shivam, Nirmal saying Chamba. And yes, the correct answer is option number. Fendra is also saying Chamba from Himachal Pradesh has recently become 100th district to have tap connection provided to all rural household. Next, let's look at the scheme is National Mission for Financial Inclusion. Bus. This is what you need to know if you are fully prepared with the scheme. No, this is what the catch is. Here, name it is not written. It is written National Mission for Financial Inclusion. Jan Dhan Yojana. End of discussion. Okay. Now let's directly move to the question. It says, which of the following is the key feature of our discussed? Yes, in examination, usually the scheme name is also asked, but here we are trying to cover more and more questions. So one we already covering just by discussing the paragraph, and next rest we are covering in this manner by question answer form. Okay. So here you have to tell which of the following are the key features of the above scheme. See, the correct answer over here is only option number A and B, because here it has been not raised to 20,000 but to 10,000. Okay, here you can look at Jan Dhan Yojana, that is for the financial inclusion, and here this overdraft facility, it has been raised to 10,000. Okay, and not 20,000 as has been mentioned in the question. Next is, as per RBI guidelines, an account opened under the above is treated inoperative. Okay, so when does the account under Jan Dhan Yojana will become inoperative according to the RBI guidelines? Okay, see the correct answer over here. It is, see, we are talking about inoperative. Okay, see the correct answer over here. It is not what you guys are saying. It is option number E. That is 2 years. Okay, so it is inoperative is no customer induced transaction. We're not talking about freezing. We're talking about when it is not operable. When does we call it? And Fendra correctly said that is 2 years, and Nikhil also said the right answer to this. Then we have central sector scheme. Okay, so we are talking about some center sector scheme. We are talking about groundwater management. End of discussion. See, this is how you should know that you are prepared well for the examination. It talks about groundwater management. There is one big major scheme that is focusing on groundwater development, and it is, as Fendra says, Atal Bhujal Yojana. Okay, so here we're talking about which of the following statement is correct with respect to the above scheme, and here are the following options, and you have to tell the correct answer. Okay, so here we are talking about no, see the correct answer over here is not what you guys are saying. It is option number A, because there are not 4 components but 2 components under this scheme. Yes, the funding will be divided between GOI and World Bank by 50-50 basis, and it is for now, it is for 5 years term. But the next thing, what the question was about the 2 components, right? There are 2 components, not 4 components. One will focus on institutional strengthening and capacity building component, and other will focus on incentive components for incentivizing states. Okay, so what is this particular statement means? Whichever state it is performing good, they will get more money than the rest. So this is what incentive component it means. Okay, that is why the third statement was incorrect. Next is what is the total financial outlay of the above scheme? So what is the total financial? Total means for this 5 year, what is the outlay? See, the correct answer to this is yes. Most of you are saying correctly option number D. That is 6,000 crore. That is the total outlay for Atal Bhujal Yojana. Okay. That is your center sector scheme, because we just studied, right, that it is the division of money, it is between GOI and World Bank. Okay. So of course we will take loan from it, but there was no mention of the state government, right? Then the scheme aims to provide record of rights. Okay, so I record of right, just below it villages we are talking about. And if you look at the objectives, creation of accurate land record. Okay, so this is what the catch here is. This is what scheme you tell me. Okay, yes, this particular scheme, it is Swamitva scheme, as Nilesh correctly said. The scheme discussed in the paragraph is implemented by which of the following ministries. So you have to tell which of the following ministries it implements this scheme. Okay. See, the correct answer over here, it is option number B, Ministry of Panchayati Raj, that is taking care of this particular scheme. May you get confused between rural development, but that is not correct. We are talking about Panchayati Raj. Okay, we are talking about division among the lands that the rural people they have. All right. So this is clear. Full form of Swamitva, survey of villages, Abadi and mapping. So you can skip this Abadi term also, but survey of villages and mapping with improvised technology of village areas. Okay. So in some sources, you may find this word Abadi. So in some sources, you may not find it. Okay. You need not to worry about it. Next is incorrect statement with respect to above scheme. So what are we talking about above here? We are talking about Swamitva over here. You have the following option, and see, the correct answer to this is option number E, that is complete survey by 2030. Wrong, because we are targeting for now that by 2025 we'll have this division, right? So that is why it become the wrong answer. That is 21 to 25 we have targeted for now. Okay, and what would be the benefit of it for people? It would be that they could take loan over it and do something constructive, productive. And how this will help the government, because they would now know how much land a particular person have, and they will get tax out of it, right? So it's a win-win situation for both. Next, we are talking about scheme Atmanirbhar Bharat. Okay, water secure. Now I know what is the scheme all about. We're talking about water secure. We're talking about functional water tap connection of all household. Okay, and we are talking about what? We are talking about, let's read out of it, urban household. Just now, few slides back, we studied that in rural, because that was rural, that was why that was Jal Jeevan Mission, and here it is urban, and that is why it is your, as most of you are saying, Amrut. So what is the tenure of the above mentioned scheme for now? For how much year is it there? Okay, so yes, you are giving the right answer, option number B, D, sorry, that is still 25-26 for now. It can be extended. All right, so this is what we studied. Now, total indicative outlay of this above scheme. This is very confusing question, and that is why I've included in this particular session also, so that your doubt can be cleared. Okay, see, the correct answer over here, it is no, it is option number A, 2990. Now most of you must have seen this digit also, right? So which is correct? So if you look at this, is the official notification for Amrut 2.0 that was launched by the government, and it says what the confusion is all about, that total indicative outlay, it is 299,000 crore. Okay, so that is why I have added this, because most of people, they get confused between two digits, and this needed to be cleared before. I hope, Nikhil, now your doubt is clear regarding what I wanted to say and why I included this particular question in today's session. Okay, it would be 299. Okay, so here's there is one error. I'll clear it when you get the PDF. Next is, which of the following statement is are correct with respect to the above scheme? Okay, so you have to tell about the statement that is correct in respect to what the Amrut is all about. Okay, see, the correct answer over here, it is option number A only. Okay, because we are talking about not 80% but 90% of the funding that will be done by the central government. Okay, so that was about this particular Amrut. All the recent development, you can read it from the PDF from our Telegram channel, which will be provided within 24 hours of this particular session when it will be ended. Next, we're talking about, okay, recently in February, something has happened and directly you need not even to go further. It's about seed. Okay. So now next question will be on seed. It asks which of the following is our key features of above discussed scheme, and what does it say? So you have to tell about the key features that is there. See, the correct answer to this is option number B, B and C only, because that is not about 1.50 lakh, but about 2.50 lakh per annum. Okay. So I hope this you don't have any confusion regarding this. Next, again, okay, so seed. So this is the next question would be on same paragraph. Which of the following are the components of the above discussed scheme? Okay, so you have to tell about the components. Okay, so Nilesh is saying option number E, all of the above. So are we talking about educational empowerment by giving free coaching to the students? Yes. Are we talking about health insurance cover through PMJ? Okay. Then we have livelihood to support income generation. Yes. Housing. Yes. Okay. So yes, all of the above. That is the right answer to this particular question. Next, launched in 2016. Okay. So some scheme has been launched. Promote entrepreneurship. So I guess if you know by now that what this scheme is all about, as Shivam has correctly said, you are your preparation regarding this government scheme, it is really good. Okay, Snehal, Nirmal, Nilesh, yes, Fendra, all are saying right answer. And if you still have not got, we are talking about women and SC/ST tribes. So yes, this is about Stand Up India that we are saying. Jyoti has also said the right answer. So who among the following is not eligible for getting benefit under this? So you have to tell. Okay, and here are the following options, and you have to tell the right one. See, the correct answer to this is option number C. Why? Because it is not third venture we are talking about. We are talking about greenfield, right? So that is for the first initiative, the first and enterprise that you will be setting up. For that you can avail loan under this particular scheme, right? So I hope there's no confusion regarding this question. Now let's move to question number 61. Under which of the under this scheme composite loans up to dash of the total project cost are provided? Okay, so there would be some loan up to some extent only, right? That you have to tell. See, the correct answer is yes, option number D. So 85%. So you can avail loan, but you cannot avail 100% loan up to 85%. That is the cap, right? So that is being provided under this particular scheme. Next, we are talking about incorrect statement regarding the scheme. So again, we are talking about Stand Up India. So question from this has also been asked in phase 1, right? So you have to tell the right answer to this. Okay, and see the correct answer over here. It is your option number E. The scheme is operated by all scheduled commercial, regional, rural, and NBFC. Now here, finally, in some question where NBFC it has been excluded, because the scheme would be operated by all the branches of scheduled commercial banks of India only. Okay, and that is why the regional, rural one and NBFCs, they are incorrect. Okay, and I hope you're getting maximum benefit from this session. Now let's move to next question. April 22. Okay, so April 2022 में कुछ हुआ है, क्या हुआ है? Cabinet has approved USD 808 billion for ramp, raising and accelerating MSME performance. Okay, and you have to tell which of the following has been by which of the following international institution this particular initiative is assisted by. So Fendra has come up with the right answer. Santosh, yes, Fendra, and they are also telling that how much amount will they get from World Bank. Yes, World Bank is the right answer, and 500 million will be taken by them. Next is about your, okay, so ramp is a new scheme and would commence in 22-23. Okay, so that is the launch year you can look at. What is the duration of implementation of RAM scheme? So for now, there is some time period for which it will be implemented, and this has been specially focused because of the COVID situation. There are reasons, in general, generic reasons that are there, MSME, which it faced, challenges it faced, and that why this scheme was launched. But the need of this scheme initiative, it was accelerated during this COVID time. See, the correct answer to this is option number C. Okay, so till 25-26 for now, this scheme has been extended. Okay. Next, we are talking about to help reduce India's over dependence on coal import. We know two schemes about it, right? And then we are talking about change and habit of Indians from physical form with sovereign backing, government will provide, they have launched this scheme. Okay, so we're talking about government security. So there are two schemes on gold that we have studied, and now we just looked at government security, and now which one is this? Okay, that is sovereign gold bond, right? And I hope you're getting what we are trying to do. If you may still find that these things are confusing, I think you really need to revise government scheme much, because there's some things you still lack, right? So this is about the sovereign gold bond, and here you have to tell about the individual can make under. So upper limit of an investment, we're talking about individual, not about charity, right? Not about charitable institution and all that. We're talking about the individual. And yes, the correct answer to this is, as Nehal said, about 4 kg, and Nilesh has all said that 1 gram is the minimum. Yeah, that is true. Okay, minimum is 1 gram, maximum it is 4 kg for Hindu undivided families and individual who are Hindu undivided families. These are the joint families, and 20 kg for trust and similar notified entities notified. Okay. Next is, which of the following statement is incorrect with respect? Now you have to tell the incorrect statement regarding this. Okay, regarding what? Regarding the sovereign gold bond. Okay, so here are the following options, and see the correct answer to this question. It is option number E. Why? Because it talks about on application of maturity of bonds, 10% tax will be there, but no tax will be there on maturity of bonds. What is the difference between sovereign gold bond and gold monetization? The only difference is, means there are other factors also, but one major difference is between that. See, in both the cases you would not have to pay any tax on maturity, but the interest you will get on the submission of either gold or taking the securities or the bond we are talking about. In that cases, in case of SGB, that is sovereign gold bond, you have to pay a rate of interest, but in case of gold monetization, you do not have to pay the interest in that amount also, the interest that you will get. Okay, so this is the major on the interest difference, because this interest is something most people can get confused at, right? So that is why option number E, that is the wrong answer. Next is, which of the following statement is correct with respect to the above scheme? So there are 3 categories, and you have to tell the right answer that is associated with this. So see, the correct answer to this is, because we are talking about sovereign gold bond, right? So first one says these bonds are non-transferable. That is the wrong statement, because that is transferable, Hana? So option number E, none of the above. We're talking about TDS at 5% is applicable on the payment of interest. No, right? There's no TDS that would be applicable in this case, and discount of rupees 100 per gram, it is provided in case of digital payment. There is no such thing. Right? Tax deduction of source not applicable. Next is about Poshan Abhiyan. Do know there's a difference between PM Poshan. PM Poshan is your Poshan Shakti Nirman, earlier known as midday meal, and Poshan Abhiyan is for national nutrition. Initially it was known as National Nutrition Mission, so this is focusing on nutrition. So Poshan Abhiyan, the aim of that, more than providing nutrition to the student, that was to attract a student to school, right? So that way that concept was included, and therefore it falls under Ministry of Education, while here we are focusing on nutrition, and that is why this scheme, it falls under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. And I hope you understand the difference between them. Next is, which of the following statement is correct with respect to Poshan Abhiyan? Here are the following options, and you have to tell the right answer. Nilesh says option number C. Okay, and yes, he's right. See, option number C is the correct answer, because here we are not talking about stunting. We aim till 2022 by 15%, but I think it is 25%. Okay. Next is, this initiative was launched on 24. Okay, and then we are talking about children across socio-economic. Okay, don't have to go that detail. 24, with the aim of expanding immunization coverage. Very easy to understand. One major scheme that is keeping this. Snehal is the right saying the right answer. Indradhanush. Okay, so we're talking about Indradhanush 4.0, recently launched, right? And here the correct answer is, most of you are saying right. Yes, option number D, that is 12 is the right answer. Okay, this program is providing immunization coverage of for 12 vaccine against 12 diseases. Okay, Here Mission Indradhanush is being described in the passage, right? 12 vaccine are there. These are the names. You need not to remember the names. Okay. Next, we're talking about under the mission. Okay, pentavalent vaccination is provided to the children at age of 6, 10, 14 weeks as primary dose. Which of the following diseases not catered by pentavalent vaccine? Rarely do there can be question on similar in this line, but there are three types of question in examination: easy, medium, and moderate and hard, right? So there can be question out of the blue, and this is to give you that reality check, right? So see, the correct answer to this is option number A. Okay, that is measles, rubella. Next is we are talking about, okay, MSME. We are talking about zero defect, zero effect. Okay, so that is what the scheme is all about. Zero defect and zero defect. Z scheme we are talking about. Okay, recently it was revamped in this May only and was relaunched, right? There were many modifications were done, and you have to tell that which of the following modification or now are the components or the key features of this particular scheme. Okay, so we have three categories. There are 4 certification level under this scheme. MSME can apply for any certification level. Micro enterprises will receive 80%. Okay, see, the correct answer, as you all are saying, option number B and C, because there are no 4 certification but 3 certification that would be done: bronze, silver, and gold. And subsidy will also be given for micro 80%, small enterprises 60, medium enterprises 50. What subsidies? Because when you're applying for this certification, you would have to give some money, right? You have to give some amount, and for that also government will provide you subsidy. Okay, and what the basic idea of this is that zero effect, zero defect, right? So zero effect on the quality of product, defect on the quality of product, sorry, and zero effect on the environment, that is sustainability. Next is question number 72. A provision of dash will be made for hand-holding consultancy support. Okay, so there are various type of subsidies that will be given. So for consultancy, how much money or the provision is there, right? See, the correct answer is option number A, 5 lakh. So for consultancy support, you can get 5 lakh under per MSME under this scheme. Okay. Next, we are talking about to help poor fight the battle of COVID-19. This scheme was launched providing each person who is covered under national food security. Okay, so this scheme covered in during the COVID time, and this is in accordance with the national food security. So I hope most of you are can now understand which we are talking about. Yes, Shivam, it is about Garib Kalyan Yojana that we are talking about. Okay, so here Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution has revised the timeline, and now it has been extended till Snehal saying, Shivam saying option number C, right? So that is, yes, that is till September 2022 that we are talking about. Next is Pradhan Mantri Vay Vandana Yojana. Okay, already taken a session on that. And here you have to tell is being implemented by which of the following institution. So you have to tell why Vandana is implemented by, waiting for the right answers. No, see, the correct answer to this is option number E. Okay, life insurance company. Corporation, sorry. Next is again a question on Vay Vandana Yojana. It says which of the following statement is incorrect with respect to the above scheme. Here are the following options, and you have to tell the right answer to this. Okay. See the correct answer over here. So it talks about Vay Vandana Yojana. The minimum entry age is 60 years. That is true. Exempted from service tax, GST, yes. Option number D is the wrong answer. Okay, because see, it talks about tax deduction benefit in this scheme is available under section. No, actually it is the opposite of what the question, what the statement in the question is. This scheme does not provide tax deduction, and under which section? Under section 30C. Okay, so in the option, the opposite of that has been written, and I hope this is clear now. Next, we are talking about a scheme, and what is about the scheme? That it was launched in 2015, and here what else? Objective, let's look at it: to produce agriculture product free from chemicals and pesticides. So there is a scheme that focuses on the traditional method to do agriculture, which when it was free from chemicals and pesticides. And see, now you should know what is the answer. That is your Paramparagat Yojana, right? Krishi Paramparagat Yojana. So in that, now you have to tell that centrally sponsored scheme for non-Himalayan region. So what is the ratio for this Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana for this? What should be the answer to this? Okay. See, the correct answer to this is option number B, 60-40. Non-Himalayan state we're talking about. So these are the normal states that we're talking about. And yes, 60-40 is the ratio for that. And for Himalayan and northeastern states, that is 90:10. Which of the following state is are correct with respect to the above scheme? That is your organic farming we are talking about, Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana we are talking about. Okay, so you have the following options and you have to tell the right answer. See, the correct answer to this is option number D, that is A, B, and C. So all of the above, they are correct regarding this particular scheme. Okay, so you can get certified organic farming certificate under this. Aim at forming clusters each of 50-acre land to take up the organic farming. Then we have financial assistance of 50,000 per hectare, 3 years. Okay. Next, Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana was initiated in 27, an umbrella for holistic development of agriculture and allied sector. Okay, because we are talking about Krishi Vikas, development or prosperity of the farmer, right? So that is why this scheme was launched. Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, remunerative approach for agriculture and allied sector rejuvenation. Here are the following options, out of which you have to tell which of the following is correct regarding this. Okay. So here are the following options. See, the correct answer to this particular question. It talks about, see, there are 3 options. Is it centrally sponsored? And it says it aims to promote value chain addition linked production models, and 25% of annual outlay. It is earmarked by innovation and agriculture development. Okay, so option number A is correct, that yes, A and B are correct. Okay, and here is all the things that you have to understand about the particular scheme. Okay, it is centrally sponsored scheme, aim to promote promote value addition chain link production models. And what will be done with that? So this will help the farmers to increase their income. Okay, financial allocation is there, 70% of annual outlay that would be divided. I've already taken a detailed session on this. If you have any confusion for this scheme, I would suggest you to go through that particular lecture and all your doubts will be cleared. Okay. Next, we are talking about recently in February 2022, something happened. Okay, what happened? Government did launch New India Literacy Program. Now, do you need to read rest of it? Do you have that much time in examination? No, just directly come to the last statement. Consider the following statement and choose the correct one. So it is related to New India Literacy Program, and these are the following options, and you have to tell which of the following is the correct answer to this. See, okay, so all are correct. Findra has all rightly said, all are correct about this particular scheme. Okay, so estimated outlay, it is 1037.90 crore. Target for foundation literacy and numeracy, it is 5 crore learners, and school will be the unit for implementation of this particular scheme. And rest, you can read it. Whatless, you can remember the full form of it is online teaching, learning and assessment system. Okay. And currently it is for duration, it is till 2027, 26-27. Recently, Cabinet has approved continuation of capacity development scheme till further review, whichever is earlier. The outlay that is for this scheme under 15th Finance Commission. You have to tell what is the outlay for this. Kendra, he come up with the right answer, option number D, 3179 crore. That is the right answer to this. Okay. And this is about all about the scheme. Okay, that is the recent news that was there, that recent finding that you should be aware of. Which of the following is the implementing agency of Pradhan Mantri Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana, or the Saubhagya in short form? If asked, what is the full form of Saubhagya? Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana. Okay, and here are the following option, and you have to tell. Fendra comes says it's option number B, and yes, how can I deny it? Because he's saying it right. Option number B, it is the right answer. Rural Electrification Corporation, it is the implementing agency for the same. Next is in recently government has approved the scheme Rashtriya Uchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, and for now the continuation of it is till when, that you have to tell. The correct answer, Nilesh Fendra saying it is option number A, 31 March 2026. Okay, that is for now it is extended till then. Afterwards we'll look at what the government decides. Okay. And here you can also look at the proposal on expenditure that will be done under Rashtriya Uchatar Shiksha Abhiyan full form of RUSA. Okay. Next is union government has approved continuation of scheme. Which scheme we are talking about? We are talking about assistance to National Sports Federation for your 15th finance commission cycle. This continuation has been approved. So what is the outlay for this? Basically, you have to tell Nilesh 1575. That is correct. Okay, you should be thorough with the financial outlay. I would suggest you to go through the total financial outlay also, and also with the current year budget also, right? Because either of it can be asked. Next is under the revised norms of schemes of an NSF only. What is the question says? For conduct of national has been increased to quantum of assistance has been increased to how much lakh? For what purpose? For high priority, and Indian traditional sports we are talking about. Option number D, that is 51 lakh. It is the right answer to this. Okay. Earlier was 22 lakh. Earlier it was that, and now it has been increased 51. Next is Ministry of Heavy Industries notified scheme on enhancement of competitiveness in the Indian capital goods sector phase 2. Okay, so this was recently news. Why we are covering such schemes which you may not have heard, or these are not common. Why? Because this was recently in May and June they were in news. Because, and it's important to cover the data and the schemes that were in these 2 months, especially because of the nature of the examination, and also because examination is also in June, right? So we are talking about phase 2 of it. Financial outlay that you have to discuss, you have to tell me. And Nilesh saying option number A. See, the correct answer is yes, option number A, 1207 crore to it. Next, which of the following are components? Now you have to tell about the components. Identification of technologies through technology innovation portal, augmentation of existing testing and certification centers, setting up of 10 industry accelerators for technology development, A and 2 only, or all of the above. Okay, all of the above are correct and are the components of this particular phase that we are talking about. Here you're looking at 3 components under scheme for enhancement of capital goods sector phase 2. These are the components. Okay. Recently, March 2022, central government has approved the proposal of continuation of the 7 existing sub-schemes under relief and rehabilitation of migrants and repatriates. So there are 7 component sub-schemes under this umbrella scheme, and it has been extended till 25-26. Okay, so these are for the migrants who have come from the other country to ours. Okay, as migrants or repatriates, they are those. Okay, so this has been approved with a total outlay of option number A, 1452 crore. Next is as per the budget announcement 22-23. Okay, what does it say? Emergency credit line guarantee scheme is being extended up to March 23 with an expansion guarantee cover of. So some more money has been allocated. Detailed session I have taken on this with every phase and the development that was done under that. You can find that on our YouTube channel, and I am sure after that you won't be having any confusion. Correct answer is option number D, 5 crore. That has been there for hospitality sector. Okay. In that video, I mistakenly said hospital, but that is not the case. And why I am saying it here, because if you go there, so you must not be confused that what is the right answer. Is it hospitality or hospital? Hospitality is the right answer, right? So this is about this scheme. Initially it was 4.5, right? And it was later enhanced. Initially 3 lakh crore, then enhanced to 4.5, and then 5 lakh crore were added to that. Okay, for the hospitality and related enterprises. Next, recently March, what has been done? Union Minister MSME talking about, he launched the MSME innovative scheme, right? So we have taken session on this as well. As I already told you, most of the scheme that we're covering today, we have covered, I've taken detailed session on that, right? So we are talking about idea hackathon over here. And it says about financial assistance for plant and machineries. So see the correct answer over here. It is option number A, 1 crore. For plant and machineries, the assistance is 1 crore. For idea, it is 15 lakh. Okay, so understand the difference. You can remember it because for plants and machineries, they require a lot of money, and that is why this amount is huge. While an idea, yes, it is important. 15 lakhs is a lot, but so is the idea. There's some uniqueness in that. And then that is why you'll get financial assistance of 15 lakh for that. Next is recently Union Minister of MSME has launched MSME Innovative Scheme. Okay, so this is the same paragraph. Next, under the design component of above scheme, financial assistance up to how much has been projected. Okay, so how much for the project, for the student project. Okay, so there are, see, in this, under this hackathon that has been released under this particular scheme, there are, according to what your initiative under the scheme would be, according to that, financial assistance will be provided. So for student project, it is option number C, that is 2.5 lakh. For machineries, we looked at, that was 1 crore. Okay, for plant and machineries. And then for idea, we looked at 15 lakh. And now we're talking about student project, that will be 2.5 lakh. And for design project, that will be 40 lakh. So these are the different under design categories. Okay, so we have incubation. In incubation, we looked at the two factors, right, about the machines and idea. Then in design, we have two sections for the design project and for the student project. Okay, and then we have IPR also, intellectual property right. In that, we have different categories for which you'll be getting assistance for the patent that you'll do. Next is this scheme for old age protection. Okay, so I think you should know by it now. And social security of small and marginal farmers who are not covered in rest of the schemes. So for old age protection of small and marginal farmers who are not covered in the rest of the schemes that are there, social security schemes that exist there. Okay, so here, which of the following is the eligibility criteria of the above scheme? Identify the scheme and tell me the eligibility criteria of it. Okay, so here, entry age between 18 14, cultivable land and Aadhaar card is mandatory. Option number B, A and C, because if somebody is having cultivable land of 5 hectares, he is not marginal farmer, he is not a small farmer, right? So because that is below 2 hectare, so it is up to 5 hectares, so that is incorrect. Cultivable land up to 2 hectare, 18 to 40, and which scheme we are talking about? Kisan Mandhan Yojana. Okay, and additional requirement, Aadhaar card, saving account, Kisan account. Okay, so that is what the difference is. Next is again, okay, so question is on same. Then which of the following is incorrect with respect to the above mentioned scheme? So first we understood about eligibility criteria, and now we are looking at what? We are looking at the features of this particular scheme, and you have to tell the right answer to this. And see option number D, a fixed monthly pension of 6,000 will be provided after the age of 60 years. Okay, so that is the wrong answer to this, because a fixed pension of rupees 3,000 will be provided. That is why it is the wrong answer. Apart from that, about Kisan Mandhan Yojana, it is a center sector scheme. Farmers not eligible, who are not eligible if the farmer have some institutional landholder, because why they are excluded? Because they have money, they do not require this amount, right? So if anybody having constitutional post, serving or retired officer, income tax payee, and they have professionals like doctor and all in their immediate family. Okay, so this is about this. Now, which of the following statement is correct with respect to Mission Vatsalya? That you have to tell. And these are the following options, and you have to tell the right answer to this. See, the correct answer is option number C, A and C. Okay, so this will be implemented, because see here, it is implemented by till 25-26 for now. Mission Vatsalya is taking care of children. Okay, so that is Vatsalya, it means child. So here, Ministry of Women and Child Development will focus this mission. It is an umbrella scheme, many sub schemes will be in there, and the objective of this scheme is to secure a healthy and happy childhood, and that is what it will focus on. Okay, next is about Mission Shakti. So Mission Shakti, Mission Vatsalya and Poshan Abhiyan, all three are part of your the women and child and development. Okay, under this ministry, focusing on different factors. So Mission Shakti will focus on the pregnant as well as the adolescent girls. Okay, so it is an umbrella scheme. Okay, just I need to know it's about total outlay. Even in examination, if there is description of a scheme, see, you do not have time, just go for, okay, it's talking about Mission Shakti, and then you just directly come to the last line. Okay, see, the correct answer over here, it is option number E. And Mission Shakti has financial total implication of 2989 crore. With a central share, we have central share different, and then we have different state share. Okay, and we have Sambhal scheme that is under this, and Samarthi scheme. These two are sub schemes under Mission Shakti that you should be aware of. Okay, Samhal means to protect. So all the schemes that protect the child, girl child and women, they come under Samhal. And in Samarthya, all the schemes that are related to women empowerment, they will be included in that. Next, Agnipath. Okay, so this scheme, rare chances of it's coming in an examination, but still, because it has been in news and there's a lot of outrage also. If you are aware and if you aware with all the current affairs, you should be knowing, yes, Shivam, controversial this scheme is, although government it will not take it back. So that is why only I have included this scheme. So from the option itself, so here also whatever knowledge that from your examination point of view is asked, it is written in this particular in this particular paragraph. Okay, so you just read that, and this is your sorry, this is the question regarding this scheme, and you have to identify which of the following is incorrect regarding this particular scheme. Okay, so you have to tell the right answer. See, the correct answer is no. The correct answer is the no of the above. Okay, because all of the above are the features of this particular scheme. Okay, so see, all are correct, and that is all in this particular session. We have covered, I guess, a lot of schemes and a lot of information you will get just by reading the paragraph and reading the answer slide that we have, and in some cases the other options in case of incorrect, correct, right? So a lot of it, it has been there. See, Shivam, why it is just 21 years and not 23 years? Yes, 23 has been extended, but only for this year, because for 2 years army rally had not taken place, right? So to be fair to them, this particular time limit, sorry, age limit has been increased to 23, but apart from that, it is still 21 years, and I hope there's no confusion now. Okay, so that is what we did today, and I really want you all to, I really wish you all very best for your examinations, and that is all what I have to say. Just keep on revising, wait for PDF, read about it, and that is all is required for now, and all the very best. That is the end of it, and thank you all.